In this bit that I'm going to read, Daisy and her friends have decided that they need to explore the coral reefs around Iffenwild because they've heard a rumour that these coral reefs are not doing well, and they need to find out what's happening in order to see if they can help and if they can try to fix it. So here they are under the water, diving in the coral reef. The coral rose above them endlessly, all the way to the surface of the water. The light, Daisy realized, was coming from the pure white sand on the ocean floor, rich with magic and bright as the summer sky at noon. Daisy stopped and swam in place. She looked sideways and saw that Indigo was looking back at her with the same wonder she felt on her own face. They signaled to each other and swam deeper, until the lightness of the water dazzled them with diamonds of light, and among the coral on the shining sand, they saw giant pearls in oyster shells, each one the size of a fist. No wonder, thought Daisy, people risked their lives for such pearls. Each one would be worth a king's ransom. Many shells, she saw, were empty. Slowly, she and Indigo swam the length of the reef, and this is where they saw it begin, the great bleaching. The coral in these places was bone white and stripped of life. No anemones opened and closed their petals here. No starfish clung to the side of the cliffs. There was only silence, on and on into the distance. Daisy stopped swimming. Silently, she broke off a large piece of white coral. Beside her, Indigo did the same, his mouth set in a flat line. Daisy knew that they needed to fix the coral and bring the life back to the reef. Without needing to signal, they began to swim upwards, rising through levels of water that darkened and cooled as they rose. Daisy's lungs worked hard as she pushed herself up. Then she saw a vast shape move towards her in the light of the head torch. It was an enormous stingray, as wide and long as a truck, with a great whip of a tail that sparked with electricity. She darted out of the way just in time, but the tail caught her head torch and she felt it crack against her forehead. When her vision cleared, the stingray was gone, but so had everything else. The sea was dark. Indigo had vanished.